Hey Kelly, why don't you go inside and check out Revive?
All right.
Come down this hallway.
Welcome to Fondy Famous. I'm your host, Kelly Northley. Each week we're interviewing with a different business owner, nonprofit, historic home, or a person making a difference in our community. Today I'm here with Brandon, the owner of Revive Sports and Spine and Sports, right? Brandon, would you just tell us a little bit about what you're doing here?
Yeah, so first, thanks Kelly for having me on. So Revive is fairly new in Fond du Lac area. Revive has a big passion for helping people, whether it's acute, chronic pain. Chiropractic is one of the things that we tried to go after, but we have a lot of avenues besides that. So when someone comes in, chiropractic adjustments are probably what they're coming in for, but pain can be looked at in multitude of ways of, is it chronic, is it acute, is this an injury, is there other things that need to be intervened with? Does rehab help you? Do you need corrective exercise? Do you need muscle work? There's a lot of things that can help someone get out of pain, and I try to look at it as a whole thing rather than just an adjustment or just a soft tissue or just a rehab component, but try to integrate all of that together.
Okay, and you're based out of a gym, correct?
Yeah, so Revive is located inside of B Athletics here. We rent out a space that has become our own, and we work separately from B Athletics. We're two different LLCs, but we're really good friends on the outside.
Yeah, and it kind of ties in together. Do you have some of their clients that kind of cross over and you work with at all?
Yeah, so it's a great correlation between back and forth, because with working out, you're going to encounter down these roads of maybe some tendonitis, maybe some of these aches and pains or acute injuries or chronic injuries that kind of tie in with how do you manage longevity of staying healthy and staying on top of it, or even looking to how can you not get these injuries, corrective exercise wise. But yeah, it works really well hand in hand, being able to do working inside of a gym. Absolutely.
Right, okay. What is your favorite part about owning and starting this business?
So I always wanted to kind of be a business owner, and it was just one of those things of you don't know everything, and so you just got to take that first step and kind of just go, and you figure it out as you go. And it's been a lot of fun and a lot of learning curves and throughout the whole process of trying to figure out. I'm a person that I like to have everything figured out before I go do it, and I was kind of on a different spectrum on this, where it's like, I have as much as I can figured out. I'm going to go, because this was one of my dreams and what I wanted to pursue. And so far it's been awesome, and I've had a lot of people that have been helping me throughout the whole process.
Yeah, and a lot of us do when we start businesses. Like, you have that person that you can go to that helps you. And
great support system through friends and family. It's been great.
Good, that's amazing. So anything that you struggled with, you think, that when you opened this business?
The hardest thing is just, I think, being financially stable to have the confidence that, how long is this going to take before the money is there to make you feel comfortable enough to keep the business alive and keep going, right? That's probably the biggest struggle that I face, is just the guaranteedness of it, right? There's no guarantee at the end of the day. It's like you hope it works, you hope it's there, and you hope that in a couple of years you're still there helping people. But it takes time and being willing to cater to that and be like, okay, let's be patient with this, do as much as we can on a day-to-day basis, and offer the best care that we can to keep people coming back and talking about it.
Right. Absolutely. And it's just hard when you're getting up and running. There's so many things that you as a business owner have to do.
Yeah.
And it's all on you.
There's a lot of little hidden things that I thought I had them all written down and had them all ready to go that I still encountered throughout the whole process of a lot of little marketing things, accounting things, little fees here and there of this and that. But it's a lot of the learning curve, but it's definitely something that can be figured out as you go. It's nothing that's been too challenging, but everything is able to figure out. But it's, for someone like me that I like to have all my ducks in a row,
Yep.
That was the challenging part, was kind of going with the flow.
Right, and figuring it out as you go.
Yeah.
But you're determined. I mean, you're going to make it work. And
Yes. So yeah, you stay confident, you stay determined with it. Like I said, it's just the great support system you have around you, and you kind of just keep grinding at it every day.
I love that. So who are you working with? Not necessarily like names, but what are you doing with people and how are you helping them right now?
So my degree is, I have a doctorate in chiropractic. So that's where people probably come or relate to me the most. You know, can I come in for an adjustment? You know, how do you get, you go to 10 different chiropractors and you can probably get adjusted almost 10 different, it could feel like 10 different ways, right? They're all trying to achieve the same result or same end goal here, but it's very different on maybe technique, where you went to school, all these little things. So where I maybe am just a little bit different is I have 30-minute appointment windows where, if you want to come in and just get adjusted, great, that's fine. But if, I feel like you need or something else, I'll recommend that and say, hey, this chronic back pain you've had for 10 years, maybe you need something a little bit more than just an adjustment. You know what I mean? So I tried to tackle the whole avenue of rehab, soft tissue adjustments. I do personal training on the side. My history is a strength conditioning coach and personal trainer. So I have a lot of background in human anatomy and how the biomechanics work with the body. So being able to tie my whole previous schooling in with my new age schooling of chiropractic is really cool, and being able to help people through all those avenues and tie it all together has been really cool.
Right. Do you still do a lot of personal training then too, or?
Yeah, ever since opening up Revive and obviously being located inside of the gym here, I have access to state-of-the-art equipment and pretty much I'm trying to get back on that road of personal training just as much as chiropractic. Yeah, I'm trying to build that side back up again.
Right, and they go hand in hand, so it kind of works out. So you said that someone might come in and they're coming in for like a regular chiropractic adjustment, but they may have like chronic back pain. What would you do in that case? Do you set them up on like a regular visit, or what does that look like? Yeah,
so a new patient comes in, we always have a 1 hour, roughly detailed physical and functional exam. So we kind of look to see, I always do my own exam. Someone will come into me and they say they got, low back pain, right? So I try to figure out, where is this coming from? Is this coming from a nerve issue, a joint issue, a muscle issue, an imbalance issue? There's a lot of avenues that cause pain, and trying to figure those out of what is the culprit of this is the battle part of it. So they come in, we sit down for that hour. I'll try to figure out, and say, hey, this is what my diagnosis is, or this is what I think is going on, and I'll set a treatment plan up for that individual, right? Not everyone's gonna get the same treatment plan.
Right. And
I'll say, I recommend that you do, twice a week, maybe for this week, and then maybe twice a week next week, and then once a week after that. But the real goal is, I ask them, like, do you want to get out of pain just for this temporary thing? Or if this is a chronic issue that happens, like a flare-up every year or so, do you actually want to go after that as well? Like, do you want, why does this keep happening? Rather than, let's just put the Band-Aid on it, and then next year we'll deal with it again. But try to figure out, why is this a reoccurring issue
Do you find that more people want to do the Band-Aid, or that they actually want to fix the root of the problem?
Yeah, and that's a tough question. So I've worked in both atmospheres of kind of like a high volume clinic, and now being more, I feel like I'm a little bit more centered on the half-hour visits, just a little bit more time on trying to figure out the whole story and get into those reasons of why is this pain there in the first place. And not saying that other chiropractors don't, I'm sure they do, but with my 30-minute windows, I have allowed the time for that, for sure. And it really depends, I think, where they come from. If they're used to the quick, in for 5 minutes, they're on the table, they lay down, it's just a quick adjustment, I'll see you next week kind of thing. Some of them, I've seen some people, they're just used to that style, and that's what they like. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I've encountered a lot of people that are like, you're willing to spend more time with me to actually figure out what's going on, rather than just giving me out another 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there, but to actually try to dive in and figure out what's going on, maybe on a deeper level.
Right, so a little bit of a mix, probably.
I would say a little bit of a mix, but I've gotten a lot of compliments on the side of they really enjoy and can see like the care side of it, the time frame wise. So I've seen a lot of positive effects from making my treatment windows longer.
Right, and it's probably you're doing it a little bit different than a lot of people do, most chiropractors, and I can't speak for everyone, but you kind of go in and get that adjustment, versus with you have that opportunity to have more time on.
Right, and it's really dependent, it's just, I've told people, I'll be like, I can keep adjusting your low back, but I don't think that is the issue. Like I'll say, maybe there's an instability problem, or there's a lack of muscle control, or there's an asymmetrical issue. Like if we had fixed this through either rehab or strength conditioning, that might be actually what you need, rather than a temporary Band-Aid. But sometimes they need both, sometimes they need one or the other. It's really dependent on that individual and kind of what brings them in, and how long has the injury been there. And there's a lot of little fine details that make it different for everyone.
Yep, I get that. What would you say your favorite part of owning this and having started on your own has been?
Just the kind of like, I was able to do it kind of thing. Like a lot of people are like, you have all the support while you're thinking about it, but then the kind of when you go to do it, that kind of drops off a little bit from that big friend group out there. But then you still have your close friends, you still have your obviously your family, and the support. You really realize that everyone's there trying to help you. Right. Those close people, and even some of those distant people, but you really realize who is there trying to help you. And it's a really cool thing when you see all these people that are just like, okay, here, throwing ideas at you, or doing this, or this, any way they can to help you. And it's like in no reward of their own, it's just to help you. So it's been really cool in that aspect, and just doing what I think chiropractic looks like for me, with the combination of rehab, with the combination of strength conditioning and personal training involved is kind of its own little thing. But doing how I view it, rather than being forced to do it a different way, has just been phenomenal. Right,
good. It looks like you've done something great here, so.
Yeah, I'm excited for what Revive Spine Sport has to come here. It's in a great location out here inside of B Athletics, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too. Congratulations, Brandon.
Thank you.
You should be proud of this.
Thank you.
Anything that you would say about Fond du Lac? You've lived here your whole life, pretty much. Anything you'd say for someone who is looking to move here or living here?
Yeah, so born and raised in Fond du Lac. I went away not too far for undergrad in Oshkosh, and then I went to graduate school at Palmer, which was down in Iowa, so still not very far. And I always ended up back here in Fond du Lac, so I never really thought I was going to come back here. I always kind of had the big city, not LA kind of thing, but more like Nashville or something like that. But I always
sucked you back in, huh?
I always wound up back here in Fond du Lac. So I love it. I have a lot of family here. I have close ties here, a lot of friends. It's just, you know everyone. It's a comfortable place, great people. A lot of small businesses here, and we try to go and support each other. And I make sure I show up and support those other small businesses to, help and share that effect with them too.
Yeah. How is it being a business owner versus just like a kid growing up in Fond du Lac?
Totally different. Yeah. It's, being the kid, maybe they know you through sports or through high school or something like that, but now as a business owner, it's growing up, obviously it's a different aspect of who this individual is, and we all grow up obviously through from high school to wherever we are now today, but it's just a different everyone grows up, matures, and you have different aspirations and different goals, right? If you would ask me 10 years ago if I would be a chiropractic, and I'd be a chiropractor owning a chiropractic business, I wouldn't have put any money on that.
Right.
But it's crazy how I've always been involved in the fitness world and where it has kind of taken me. So I'm very grateful for everything I've learned and kind of where I'm at now.
Yeah, so you took your passion pretty much and that led it into a career, which makes it even better.
Yeah, I took my passion. I loved being a strength conditioning coach, personal trainer. Like that was one of my most favorite job I've ever had. And the fact that I can combine this means a lot. So yeah, it's really cool.
Well, good, awesome. Thank you for being a part of this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you letting me on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there somewhere that they can find you online if they're interested?
So Revive Spine Sport has a Facebook page that also has a scheduling link attached to it that you can go on and schedule yourself. There's a website too that is Revive Spine and Sport, and then it's FDL for like Fond du Lac, and that takes you right to the website, which also has scheduling apps in it. It kind of goes through about me a little bit and about what Revive is, what does it stand for, what is its goals, what are their goals, and then all the services that Revive has to offer.
Perfect. Be sure to check out his pages and take a look at his website and make sure you book with him. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah.